Alright, good morning / afternoon everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 333 News. I'm your news anchor Wario, and well, I can't believe that we're back once again to talk about the MrBeast drama. However, this time we aren't just talking about what's out there already, as we have our own perspective and evidence to contribute, and that is why this video is being made today. So we are going to be talking about something that, well, you know, a lot of people have been going in on some new information that has arisen with the MrBeast drama, but we're going to be talking about something that nobody else has caught on to just yet, and let's get into what that is. So Dogpack made another video yesterday, which is the sequel to I Worked for MrBeast, He's a Fraud, and you can go watch it by clicking on that card up there, given the video is still up, because, well, he is being threatened by cease and desist, as far as many of you know. Over the duration of the premiere, we caught none other than MrBeast himself in the premiere chat, and we do believe that this really is the MrBeast account, aka Jimmy, as the account has a verified tick next to the name. Many people are aware by now that he has allegedly sent a cease and desist letter to Dogpack and potentially other former employees as well, and he has been attempting to cover up the accusations against him by deleting comments on his most recent video. And it's also to say that he blatantly ignored the situation and did not make a response at all, and is trying to cover it up. However, what we saw in the premiere chat on Dogpack Part 2 video did not go unnoticed, and may potentially be another case against Jimmy based on our findings, which we'll get to. So, the video itself was mostly an interview with another former employee of MrBeast, known as Jake Weddle, and that interview wasn't in itself a solid case, as it was mostly just rambling, and Jake was oddly consistently looking in a particular direction, but the latter half of the video contained some evidence to help the case, including some short 10-second clips of Jimmy's videos, and that is going to be important to note for later. Opinions were generally mixed, and the video mainly focused on Jake's experience, and despite what a lot of people are starting to claim, no, it was not scripted, and people have made it clear, Dogpack and Jake included. However, towards the end, Jimmy made some comments in the chat, which we of course took screenshots of as proof that he was indeed saying these things, and the chat was later disabled, so it's a good thing we are holding on to that. One comment in particular caught our eye, and here it is, after the other one. It's taken down. Jimmy passively threatened to issue copyright strikes in an attempt to terminate Dogpack's channel. And remember when I said about the clips Dogpack used? Yeah, they're no more than around 10 seconds each, and make up a mere 1% of the video. Not only that, but the clips in question are protected by fair use guidelines, and Dogpack has even stated that in his video description, so if Jimmy does attempt to issue any copyright strikes to Dogpack, they are bound to backfire, as he is blissfully unaware of the fair use policy. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, what is the fair use policy? Well, let's go ahead and put the fair use guidelines now, and we've taken the liberty of highlighting the most essential parts here, so this excerpt is from YouTube's Copyright Rules and Policies, and it includes the conditions under which copyrighted material is considered fair use. So to start, we have the various activities that are protected under fair use, which include all three of the things that are being done either in Dogpack's video or this video right here, which is criticism, commentary, and reporting. So immediately, without any need to read further into it, Dogpack's videos are protected by the fair use guidelines, considering he did not outright steal Jimmy's content, nor did he intend to profit off of it. Because if you read his description, it also says that he does not monetize his videos. The videos are not monetized, and they are protected under fair use. So the whole point of fair use guidelines is to protect the Fifth Amendment, free speech, and give people the right to speak out, like Dogpack and Jake Weddle are doing. This next section here, which we'll put up right now, is the EU's interpretation of fair use, and as you can see, it protects the same cases, including a quotation, criticism, review, and so on and so forth. And more notably at the bottom, the goal is to balance creators' freedom of expression and the right holders' copyright. Now, there's one more section here, which we'll go ahead and put that up. This last section here is YouTube's specific interpretation of these clauses, and it once again mentions that creators have the right to speak and express themselves freely, as do they to uphold copyright. So, stealing and re-uploading content outright without permission would be a valid case for a copyright strike, but that is not what we are dealing with here. And Dogpack's videos fall well within the fair use guidelines, as he's merely using 10-second clips as evidence of what Jimmy has been doing, and those are within fair use guidelines. And of course, Jimmy's implications of issuing strikes would be violating Dogpack's right to freedom of expression. As for proof that Dogpack did indeed follow these fair use guidelines, please just go watch this video and you'll see what it consists of, because we're not going to be putting the whole video here. Now, in the event the video does get taken down, Ryan has also left a comment after watching through the premiere, and we'll go ahead and put that up there. Feel free to pause the video to read the whole thing, but basically it's a summary of what we just talked about. And it also addresses how Jimmy is trying to silence his former employees who are speaking out about their experience and Jimmy's alleged practices. If Jimmy does proceed with issuing strikes and attempting to terminate Dogpack's channel, his actions would be a blatant misuse of the copyright system and a violation of freedom of expression rights. And as it is, Jimmy is also already in hot water, you know, because he's been trying to silence everybody that's been speaking up. And doing this in this manner, specifically, you know, trying to terminate Dogpack's channel over fair use guidelines, it would just be flat out stupid, and Jimmy would 100% lose the case, because he would be violating Dogpack's right to freedom of expression. Alright, so that's all I've got here, and hopefully you've taken that to heart. It's really crazy how things continue to unfold like an onion, you know, with the whole MrBeast drama, going from one thing to another to another. It's just, you know, it's evolving so quickly, and there's so much complexity now that we're all just wondering what happens next, and a lot of people are following on the drama now, so, yeah. But this is definitely the most revelation, I guess I could say, that we've had, and this is something that we are the first to talk about this time. Jimmy threatening to issue copyright strikes. Nobody else has brought this up yet, and we are the first to do so, so hopefully this video will get some attention and bring awareness about what Jimmy is trying to do. Anyways, that's all I have to say, so thank you for listening. Now let's go to the meteorology studio where Donkey Kong has your 7-day forecast. Over to you, Donkey Kong. Alright, my turn. Welcome to the meteorology studio. I'm Donkey Kong, your meteorologist, and today we're going to be doing some meteorology in the meteorology studio, and Wario's finally done rambling. So, yeah. Let's get started with your current conditions as always. Right now, currently looking at overcast skies out there, around 70 degrees, 74% relative humidity, so kind of drier out there. Dew points are now in the 60s, and we're getting a early cool down, you know, kind of like an early taste of fall. Everything's been early this year, I don't know why. And of course, winds are out of the east at 8 miles an hour, so there's also that. And we are going to be having, well, actually it's going to warm up again after today, but we've been having a few cooler days in the mix recently. So yeah. Alright, let's get to your 7-day forecast. Yeah. Alright, so here's your 7-day forecast, and you can see the implications of Debbie making it through here, and yeah. However, one thing that's very important to note is Debbie actually has shifted west since our update on Debbie, you know, when we were releasing the full detailed forecast for her hurricane/tropical storm Debbie. Debbie has now made a westward shift, so we're not expected to see as much of an impact from Debbie locally. So let's get started with today. We're going to be looking at a high of 73, low 66, and some spot showers here and there. And mainly overcast skies as the spot showers ensue, but you know the deal. On Friday, we're going to be looking at a high of 83 and a low of 70, so it warms up quite a bit, and we're going to be looking at some moderate rain, because Debbie is going to be starting to move in, and Debbie is going to be more to our west now, so there's going to be a bit less of a rain threat. And hopefully the flooding is also going to be mitigated, and while we would do another forecast update, I don't feel the need to do that. On Saturday, we're looking at some spot showers, high of 85, low of 61, and that's kind of when Debbie is starting to move out now. You can see that Debbie's not going to be lasting quite as long now, and the rain isn't going to be that heavy anymore. And that's all as a result from Debbie moving more to the west. Now, that doesn't say, it's not to say that Debbie isn't going to be making impacts at all, it's just that the impacts are going to be mitigated by a little bit. Alright, let me turn around here. On Sunday, we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies, high of 80, low of 61, and you're going to notice it's kind of mostly sunny skies for the rest of the forecast. So, yeah. Monday, once again, mostly sunny skies, high of 78, low of 60, Tuesday, pretty much the same thing, high of 79, low of 62. And of course, Wednesday, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies, high of 79, low of 63. So, yeah. Once Debbie moves out of the area, it's going to be pretty consistent what we're going to be looking at for the rest of the forecast, as you can see. But, yeah, just, be wary of Debbie's impacts. Not going to be as bad as we had previously forecasted, but still going to be making itself known there. So that's going to do it for your 7-day forecast, and we're going to take it back to Wario at the news desk. Back to you, Wario. Right, thank you, Donkey Kong. So yeah, forgot to mention that Debbie made a westward shift, and due to that, we're not expected to have as severe of a flooding impact in New England now, but there is still going to be a good amount of rain from Debbie, so it's not to say that Debbie is not going to be making any impact at all because of the westward shift. It's just that the impacts are going to be mitigated by a little bit, as Donkey Kong said. And of course, with the whole MrBeast thing, we did say we wouldn't be following it anymore, but this was a very important video to make, as it is information that we had and nobody else did. Information that we got ourselves, and we feel it's important to bring it to light because nobody else is talking about this particular issue. So, yeah. And as we did say, we are going to be making more updates if we feel the need to. I think that this fit the bill pretty well for feeling the need to make another update, considering we were the only ones holding on to this information. So, yeah. That's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, I'm your news anchor Wario, and I hope to see you in the next video. Wario, out.